Hi guys, it's Robin from The Balanced Life. Welcome to part 2 of Pilates for Beginners. If you're just joining me, be sure to check out last week's video where we talked about neutral spine and a few things about the hip to make sure that you're getting the most out of your workouts. This week we're going to be talking about abs, specifically the transverse abdominis, which is one of the deepest core muscles that we use in Pilates that many people don't concentrate on in other types of workouts. So it's often overlooked, but in Pilates it's a big focus, and it's something that has changed the way I not only use my body, but also the results that I've seen in my workouts, because it just works at such a deeper level than most of us are used to working. So the first thing you should know is that the abdominal muscles that we all think about working to get that six-pack is called the rectus abdominis, which is different than the muscle I'm talking about. So the rectus abdominis is a superficial layer of muscle, or more superficial, that runs up the front of the body, right? That's where we get that six-pack. The transverse is more of a corset type muscle that wraps us in from all angles, 360 degrees. So it supports the spine, supports the organs, and is really important for stability and ultimately injury prevention. So forget about the six-pack for now, okay? That will come naturally when you do your workouts the right way. So that's a byproduct. That's not the goal, okay? In my studio, Lindy, who I love, calls it the beer can, right? So we'll focus on the beer can before we get to the six-pack. So it's more of the feeling of wrapping the waist all the way around, like I said, like a corset that you're tightening up to support the spine and support the stability of the pelvis and the whole, basically, core, right? So I'm going to have us try a few things to feel it, and then we're going to do a short workout where that's going to be our main focus, and we'll get a lot of great work done in just a short amount of time. So join me on your back. Okay, so building off of last week, remember we have our neutral spine, natural curves are in place, and just place your fingers right inside your bony hip bones and take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, act as though you're going to laugh. Or actually, go ahead and say ha, right? Say ha. And you should feel some muscles turn on right inside your pelvis. Can you feel that? It gets a little bit tight. You may have to dig deep if you haven't been working these muscles properly, but they're in there somewhere. So that's the kind of feeling of the transverse turning on. That's not the only feeling, but that's one way that you can get connected there. Another way to think about it is to think of if I put saran wrap all the way around your waist and drew it tighter and tighter and tighter. It's feeling like it's drawing in, and it's co-contracted front to back, side to side. So go ahead and place the arms down by your side. Take your right knee to tabletop. Bring your left knee to tabletop, making sure you're still in that neutral pelvis. You haven't flattened your back. Find your transverse, so cinch the waist in from all angles. Lower your left foot down to tap the mat and bring it in. Right foot and in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Shoulders open and exhale. Good. So we've got two concepts we're building on today. We've got neutral spine, and then it's actually that transverse support that is really going to help us maintain that neutral spine. And if it feels hard in the beginning, the stronger you get, the more you'll be able to do it naturally. It'll become second nature. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. If you're doing it right, if you're really drawing in on that transverse, this is plenty of work, right? Let's do one more on each side. Ready? Left and up. Right and up. Good. If you need more support than this, place your hands underneath your pelvis and that'll help. For the next exercise, draw your legs together, squeeze the inner thighs, and both legs go only as low as you can go without losing neutral spine. So inhale as you go away, exhale as you draw in. Before I had a baby, I could go out here, no problem. Now it doesn't feel right. So I go about here and I bring it in, and that's the best position for me and my spine at this point. So you listen to your own body, don't compete with me, don't compete with anybody else. And let's breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. It's a lot more work than it looks like, isn't it? Let's do 4 more. 3. Use your breath. 2. And 1. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Just release that lower back, because especially if you're new to neutral spine, it gets a little tiring. All right, moving on from here. Knees come to tabletop. Again, if you need more support for now, place your hands under your pelvis, knowing that your goal is to work away from that eventually. We're going to take the heels together, toes apart, opening the knees into external rotation. So it looks like this for frogs. So find your neutral spine. As you press your legs out, feel your transverse wrap from 360 degrees and bend in. Press out and draw in. Good. So based on your abilities, you can either straighten your legs up here or down here or somewhere in between. Okay? So find your position and let's breathe. Exhale, out, inhale, in. Exhale, press, inhale, in. All the focus is on that transverse. If you don't feel anything happening, put your fingers in between those bony hip bones and see if you can make something happen there. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. 1, knees hug in. Nice job, you guys. All right, from here, same concept. Legs are going to go towards the ceiling. It's fine if they're bent. Totally fine. Hands can go under your pelvis. This would be a modified version. This would be a little bit more of an advanced version. From here, you're going to lower the legs and raise them up. So again, if you're here, we lower the legs and raise them up. Lower and lift. Lowering and lifting, keeping that transverse drawing deeply in from all angles. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can see I get a little shake. It's no joke when you're doing it right, right? Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And knees come in. Good. Rock yourself up. Come onto all 4s. So taking it into a slightly different position so we can feel it differently. Shoulders are directly over your wrists. Knees are directly under your hips. And we're in that nice neutral spine with all the natural curves where they should be. From here, find your 360-degree wrap from all angles. Act like I'm coming around and tightening up your corset. And stretch your right leg back so the toes just tapping the mat. I'm kind of far back here, so I'm just move forward. And your opposite arm is going to reach straight forward. So right here, if you start to feel unstable, think of your muscles wrapping around your spine, getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And if you can, lift your legs so you're holding your balance. Long line through the back of the neck, through both your front arm and your back leg. Just hold here. Upper back muscles are engaged. You're breathing. You're wrapping your waist from all angles. Good. Your hand comes down, your knee comes down, and we'll switch sides. So just take the opposite leg back. Your pelvis is squared off to the mat. Opposite arm comes forward. Just find your wrap around your waist. Hold here if that's good for you, or if you want to take it one step further, lift your leg and hold your balance. If you start to twist or do weird things, then I recommend putting the foot down for support. Hold and breathe here. Reach longer and longer and longer. Good, and then bringing it down. From here, we'll come down to our elbows. Taking one foot back, you can go to your knees if you need to. It's totally up to you. One foot back, the other foot back, holding a plank here or here if that's better for you today. Either way, I want you to think of that wrap all the way around your belly, that saran wrap that keeps getting tighter and tighter so that you breathe through the ribs, breathe through the lungs, and keep your abdominals drawing in. Good. We're going to hold for 2 more breaths. Ready? Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lower both knees, sit your hips back over your heels, take a nice little stretch here. Good, and help yourself back up. Nice job, you guys. You've completed part 2 of Pilates for Beginners. You're doing a great job. Feel free to revisit these videos as many times as you'd like throughout the week. And I will be back next Friday with a new workout. See you soon.